Hey guys, Dr. Shaunna here, and I have been meaning to talk to you more frequently in this time, but my business was virtual already, and it was already full, and then just has been wildly inundated in a good way. Like it's been busy, so by the time I come up for air, it's like you guys are all in bed. So I have a few moments and I have some important messages to share, and I'll be rolling out some ideas of how we can all support and love one another a little bit more. So I don't know about you and where you are in your life or what your life has been like, but I gotta say, this, what I'm living now, not even close to the worst thing that's ever happened to me. So I am suspecting that a lot of you, this is not the worst thing that's ever happened to you either. And in fact, there are a lot of silver linings in this. Now, I'm not mitigating this for anyone. And, if you're in ICU right now on a ventilator, this absolutely might be the worst thing that's happened to you, but in which case you're not watching this Facebook Live. So I think for a lot of this, we've overcome some really big things in our lives. And so I'm going to let you know what I see. So here's some things that I see. I've seen neighbors that I've never seen in my entire life. I see people walking outside. I see people, because we're allowed to do that here where we are, not clustered in groups, but they're walking their dog. The dogs are happy. They've never had so many walks. I'm seeing people riding bikes. I'm seeing people phoning neighbors and elderly saying, hey, how can I help? Can I get food brought in for you? I'm seeing people helping one another. This is what I'm seeing. And so I know there's a tendency to be sort of overwhelmed and go into panic. Here's what I know for sure: panic does not help anything. Stress decreases your immune system. That's going in the absolute opposite direction of what you want to go. But also, it's also an opportunity to work on some things. Some other things that I've seen. I'm just going to this isn't all bad. I mean, look at the pollution that is no longer, for example, in China. Look at the canals in Venice. Look at the people singing from their balconies in Italy. We would never have been able to do this. I've seen new mums that I know that instead of being at work are now, she saw her baby's first tooth come in. She wouldn't have had that experience otherwise. I'm seeing people getting to play with their kids and enjoy each other. So I have my boys. I was lucky enough that I have my boys now, anyways, and we can connect. And so I'm not saying things aren't scary and overwhelming for a lot of people, but I think you have a choice in what you take in. So you have a choice in things. For your food, you have a choice. You are what you eat. Every one of your 100 trillion cells is made up of the building blocks that you feed it through the food you eat, the drinks you drink, and even the thoughts you think. So let me just talk a bit about that. So you can fuel yourself with some really great nutritious food, and that's going to boost your immune system, and that's what you need right now. You can or you can gorge on junk food. You can gorge on all this junk food, and that is going to not serve you well. You can fuel yourself with great images like I was just describing of people walking and the canals in Venice, and you can fuel yourself with those wonderful images, or you can consume and gorge yourself at the toxic buffet of the news. So what are you doing? You're washing your hands of some toxic stuff you don't want. What are you doing to wash your mind of this toxic stuff that's maybe coming in? Now you get to choose what that is. So if you're sitting there and just, counting a death toll, or that's not really serving you. Now, on the other hand, we all are in this together. The only way we can get through this is together. That's it. We have to love one another. That's it. That's it. We have to be willing to social distance. Here's the reality in my country where I live. There's about 38, 39 million people in Canada. We know that 30 to 70% are going to get coronavirus. So of those, let's say 30%, so let's say like 11 million people are going to have that. 20% of those people are going to get sick with it, so most won't, but some will. Of those, 5% will need ICU beds, so that's about 500,000 people in Canada. We right now have about 3,100 ICU beds for 500,000 people. So it's not that we don't necessarily know what to do to manage respiratory conditions if you're healthy, it's just we're not going to be able to. And so this is why it's critically important. I posted a picture there where the doctors were saying, like, we're here for you, you stay home for us. And that's really how you can help. How can you help? How can you help? Stay home. Stay socially distant. I don't like the word socially distant. Stay physically distant, but connect socially on social media, for sure. But, and clean up your thoughts. Clean up the panic. Get rid of that. The wonderful thing is this is so big. The wonderful thing is that this is global. That's great. If this was just something that affected the real estate market or this community or state with a hurricane or a fire, that would be a tragedy. But this is so bad, this is so global that we've got to change the rules of the game, right? It's like somebody took the game board that we were playing in, threw it up in the air, and now where are we going? So don't worry. What are they going to do if you can't afford your rent? Evict you outside into a crowded shelter? So it's going to be fine. They're figuring it out. Everybody's just doing the best they can from where they are with what they know. So let's take the steps to help ourselves out. Now, here's my question for you guys. What can I help you with? I have been virtual for years now. I love Zoom. So Zoom is one of my favorite ways to connect. You can share presentations. If you need any help with that or how do you do that, happy to share my expertise. Do you need a good book? I happen to have one here. If you go to Free to Heal book, I'll put a comment in there somewhere. I'll give you a free copy, free download copy. Check it out. It's really good. It's about how my dad went from being told he could not survive to surviving, and how health coaches can break free to heal if they want to, how they can create signature programs. So free book. I'm happy to help you with that as well. Information on how to create things virtually, happy to help you out with that as well. I had another idea that might be helpful. I have a meal planning service. I can give you a free year's worth of recipes. I don't know how easy it is to get all of the ingredients, but the great thing is there were only ever 30 ingredients for the whole week beyond your staples. So it was meant to be efficient so you didn't waste food anyways. And it's got information about superfoods that can help you be healthy and boost your immune system. So I'm happy to give you that for free. I'm working on creating a list. As I say, I've just been going like behind the scenes. It might seem like I'm radio silent, but not at all. Some of you know me, you're my clients, you know I've been going full tilt. So I just had been meaning to get here. So I'm going to put together my best ideas for some free stuff. Join Free to Heal book. I think one of the things I had an idea of is for health coaches looking to create their signature program, giving them some free advice about how to do that if you have time now. If you are off in the hospitals and working your fanny off, then just keep doing that and be good for you. Nourish yourself, stay strong and great. But if you are someone who is at home and looking at, okay, now I got some time, what can I do with it? Let's create a great program for you so that you can go out and help people. If you already are a health coach and you're like, this is your time to shine, rise and shine. This is your time because as you may have noticed, there are people out there that need your help. So if you're wanting help, I have connections to a whole crew of amazing people who have expertise in anxiety, emotional eating, diabetes, Crohn's disease, Sjogren's syndrome, rheumatoid arthritis, polycystic ovaries. I have some great people who know how to eat and how to live and how to manage stress to soothe all of that, and more. And I know right now they have a heart of service and they would be more than happy to reach out and share like I am doing, I'm saying, like, let's get out there, let's help and love on these people when they need us the most. And so, if you're looking for anything in particular that I can help with, then by all means, either pop me a private message or put it in the comments. But we'll get through this together. So I have another call coming up in just a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to shout out to all of the healers out there. Good on ya. We are all healers anyways. Your body is the miracle that can heal itself if we give it half a chance. Let's teach our bodies how to give ourselves half a chance. This is an awesome opportunity for you to manage your focus. Are you going to focus on what's not working, or are you going to focus on what is working? Are you going to focus on what you can't do, or are you going to focus on what you can do? That is the secret of the success here. That is what that book is all about. And that can have a life-saving and a life-changing difference. So there's a tremendous opportunity here. So with that, stay safe, love one another, be nice to each other, and this storm will pass. Every storm runs out of rain. And what I know for sure is some of the absolute best things have come out of some of the most, on the face of it, tragic circumstances, and this is absolutely no exception. So with that, be good for you, and I'll pop the link to the Free to Heal book group if that's of interest to you. All right, be good for you.